Hello, my Galaxians. This is Dr. Wookiee. I have the privilege of talking about Champions Arena today. And guess what? Gala sponsored this video. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Gala finally sponsored a video for Dr. Wookiee. What that means, though, is I gotta have your help. Go ahead and share my link with your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your neighbor, your friends, everybody you know, so that Gala will maybe sponsor the Wookiee again. Let's jump into this game. All right, my Wookiees, I will be covering numerous things in this video because I want to make sure you have all the information, so feel free to skip ahead and skip around. I'm going to go over basically the free-to-play stuff initially, just the how to play, how to maximize upgrading your champions, and then we'll get into the earnings. That's right, you can actually earn in this game. That is, quote, making something, right? Making Gala or earning Gala if you are doing well enough. And you can get to that point simply by free playing. Now, essentially, the very first thing I want to discuss for our free players is the idle reward. This girl over here, simplest thing, click that and click collect. This stops collecting at 2 hours. So after 2 hours it's maxed out, so make sure you're always clicking collect on that, at least before 2 hours. And then of course there's a free one over here you can use. Other free stuff, sometimes this will have a little red icon on it, this message board, login bonuses. So obviously you're going to collect that if there's anything from your estate to collect or if you purchased anything. Now, I really want to make note up here too, when you jump into your bag, you have this stuff called lapis. You're going to need that to upgrade your champions. Do not sell this for gold, okay? Dangerous, unless you really need to. These Soulstones you have to like collect to promote them later. Equipment, you of course can enhance. You will need specifically gold and then these little guys, which are upgrade stones. So if you get any cool equipment, you can enhance it, make it even stronger. Auras is a neat little thing you can attach. Not going to go into that right now. And then of course, you know, if you have any friends, you can add people, all that good stuff. Now this is where you're going to see where your NFTs are, supports, and then the event. When you first log in, this should auto-populate up like this. And you'll see what kind of event we are in at that time. And the daily check-in should pop up automatically too. So they're starting off with the open celebration event. That's why you absolutely should be logging in at least 14 days. Because at day 14, you're going to get a random epic champion. That's right, a purple epic champion. So you definitely want to be logging in. You're also going to get a rare champion. So that's 2 champions just in 2 weeks, just for this open celebration event. Otherwise, the typical one, you're just going to be getting some Soulstones, which is not a champion. They're just shards that essentially you use to upgrade your champions, okay? So the login rewards is going to be the best thing you're getting. And then, of course, your quests, making sure you're winning like an arena battle, trying to log on, acquiring your idle stuff. When you do this, you unlock these chests, and they're going to give you different rewards as you kind of progress. You can see that I've already done them for today, and even for the week I'm starting to, you know, get close to these ones as well. And like I said, they're going to give you experience, give you gold and good stuff like that, soul stones to promote champions, and that beautiful lapis. Achievements is of course just like beating the campaign and things like that.
Dinner's ready.
I'm making my Champions Arena video right now.
Did you tell them to click your link?
Yes, I've been trying to get them to click the link down below.
Please click my husband's link so my Wooklings can eat.
All right, Galaxians, you heard the lady. Click that link down below. Give us some support. We gotta feed the Wooklings. Once you play campaign and you get past a certain level, which should not be too hard to do, you'll open up Mayhem. The reason I want to talk about Mayhem is this is kind of like another idle reward section. So you can see my guy says complete. So these are going to be the possible rewards I can get from it. I clicked it. It gave me experience. So that's not, you know, it didn't give me mileage or gold, but obviously I can go ahead and click auto, and it'll just auto-populate some guys. It doesn't actually matter right here if I'm using my strong champions. It just has to be green here, perception of 10, champion of 24. This little guy shows that I have 69 perception with these cheapos, okay? So we're going to click explore, and they're going to go out and explore the area for basically rewards, and it's a 10-minute timer. So once again, another free-to-play thing where you can really start to, you know, move pretty quick. If you see I put my strongest champion in here, she's got a perception of 47, okay? I can't do it because I don't have 4 more champions, but what I want to show you is you click level 2, you have to have a perception of 300. Now, of course, you're going to be getting better rewards once you're able to do this, right? But I'm going to need literally, you know, what, 4 champions of like almost 80 or more so that I can, you know, get perception at 300 and be successful in getting these better rewards, level 3, level 4. Okay, that's obviously pretty clear, makes sense. Whoa, let's go back to Mayhem. Once they come back, sometimes it'll say they found something such as like a mine or a reward. Now, the reason I'm getting these rewards is because essentially I participated in a raid. So I got 3 Soulstones from him, so that's not bad. I participated in a raid. So mining will show up here. You can send your guys out, go mining for that lapis stuff. And for the raid, it'll show up and you can fight enemies and get some rewards based on what you contributed to defeating the enemy. So you can see exploration findings right here. Here's some of those raids. So I've contributed some basically strength to these raids. And then I don't have any mining ones open right now. So this is all like kind of free-to-play stuff that you can go ahead and find. When you get enough jewels, you can open up a 3rd one. So you can have 4, 8, 12 champions exploring basically all the time and making stuff. And you can earn this stuff called mileage, which is going to be very important to discuss very soon. Forget where it is. It's not in the main shop. The main shop, you can use Soulstones to actually buy these champions. So if you get 120 of this girl's Soulstones, you can actually buy the legendary champion just using Soulstones. Another free-to-play mechanism. And if you scroll down, these purple things, this is called mileage, right? So you earn this for free as well, like in the things like that. Every 10 minutes you can be exploring, looking around. I got 23 already. And if you get enough, look at all the stuff you can kind of get. You can get 10 legendary Soulstones. That's 40,000. That's a lot. 1,500. But the point is you grind and you can earn from this game. And then you can, of course, build up and make any kind of like maybe an NFT champion or an NFT ready champion, which we will discuss here shortly. Let's go ahead and talk about champion, because you want to upgrade your champions, because obviously that is super important for getting you further in not only the campaign, but an arena, which is going to matter significantly. When you click your champion right here, level up, pretty self-explanatory. At first, it's just going to be experience and gold for the first 20 levels. Once you get to level 20, now you got to be spinning that lapis. Now you see why it's so important. Look at that. Just one level, it's going to make me spend 100 lapis for her. On this here, you can also go ahead and click auto equip, and it will equip any kind of equipment that is the best for her. Or you can click there and specifically choose what kind of like armor, shoes, weapons, whatever you want for that person. The conditions down here we'll talk about later. If you want to read their skills, you can click skill. You can go ahead and read about what their skill power does of a star 1, 2-star, or a 3-star card, which we'll talk about shortly when we jump into the campaign here. Card matching is super important. It's pretty simple from a standard of like who like does more damage to who. There's just gold, red, and blue. That's it. Super easy. So let's just go ahead and jump into campaign and discuss about how that essentially works. We're just going to do this very first level so it doesn't take us too long. We'll go ahead and jump in here. You choose your 4 champions. You can also choose your summoner spells, which you unlock more of these while you kind of progress, and these don't cost any kind of turn when you're able to use them. So let's just jump in, show you a little bit about this. I know it seems confusing, but as soon as you start, like clicking around, playing, it all comes together pretty well. They got a pretty good tutorial as well in here. So as you kind of jump into the battle, there's these 4 guys, you got your 4 guys, and there's these cards, okay? Oop, I have it on auto. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I also have it on 2x because that's how I play. So you can move these cards. You can only move 1 per turn. So obviously you're going to want to move them to kind of combine them, okay? And be kind of, smart about where you're putting them. Now, what matters is this person, she's gold. So actually using a gold card is going to have a special thing. So down here, card match, mana gain. The mana is for my character, my guy over here who has 0-15 right now, and I can use like heal, attack boost, or something else on like one of my champions, and it doesn't cost a turn. You have to use usually 1 stars with your guys to get some of that mana. So what's cool is you don't have to know that gold hurts red, because look, here's this red guy and he's got a diamond above him, which means this will do more damage to him, okay? So that's pretty simple and, self-explanatory to be able to figure that out. Obviously, you got your, bar up here showing who's coming up. And then you see we got these 2 stars. Boom, turned it into a 3-star. So now my cool guy, who I'm card matching because I'm using a red with my red guy, card match. The HP of the barrier increases to 75% of attack. So it gives you like extra ability essentially when you're like fighting and attacking. So that just went ahead and put a barrier on everybody. And then this girl, I love her a lot. But I want to see this kind of her big boost one. So I'm actually going to use a blue. So you can use the other cards. You just don't get a card match, okay? That's the only difference. So, they'll still do a bunch of damage and stuff, but they're not going to get that extra boost by using the exact same color. So we got Leopold, our blue guy, coming up here soon after some of these attacks happen. and he's kind of like a defender guy. So you got different kind of characters, right? Healers, mages, you know, attackers, defenders. So this blue guy, he goes ahead and he'll like actually jump in front of your target sometimes. Now you don't have to attack somebody that it does more damage to. You can of course attack somebody who's already low health, just to really obviously kind of finish them off, right? It's like any other game. You just gotta kind of play smart, use your brain a little bit, and you'll be able to progress through it. Campaign's not as hard, right? But when you're playing against players, you're gonna have a time limit as you know you're playing, so you can't take too long. I'm gonna go ahead and do this so we get some mana, so I can just show you that I can go ahead and put an attack boost on one of my characters here. Now we're just gonna do another barrier because why not, right? Just stay strong, stay safe. And yeah, we're gonna use our guy down here. Go ahead and do attack boost. Let's attack boost our arrow girl, and then we're gonna go ahead and use her like strongest ability with the card match. So it's gonna do hopefully a insane amount of damage. Let's see how much it does on our enemy over here with a full health bar. So that was like a complete single. Oh, we didn't KO him. He has barely a little bit of health left. But you can see how much damage that just did. So if you don't want to have to like kind of manage it and you think your champions are like, they're like plenty strong, right? Like you're not worried at all. They're definitely going to be able to beat the team. You have no concern. You can go ahead and you can actually click that auto button up there and let it go ahead and run for us. So you can see it's on auto now. So I can always, you know, play with my Porg. That Gala Games, you know, they sponsored me. So I'm able to afford some Porgs now for my family to feed my little ones and my wife. So guys, really this game is polished. It's super fun. It's mobile, which really matters, right? So you can play this anywhere you're sitting, which is super exciting. And then of course with the arena aspect, you can actually earn from this game. And so we're gonna jump into that as soon as this goes ahead and finishes up. All right, so we skipped ahead there a little bit, so we didn't have to continue watching all the play happening. And the reason I just want to show you this is because you get rewards. So even though I already played this map and stuff, we still got some money and some rewards. So that's what's cool about it, right? So you can go ahead and grind and play and continue to earn rewards. Now, let's go ahead and just mention the estate really quick. I do have an estate. I have a guild brewing. It's filling up pretty quick, but my Discord's linked below. You can always jump in and see if we have any availability still. So the big thing with the estate is the estate manager will be able to manage everything, right? So for members, I think I can drop it all the way to 10%. So that means I'm only going to be getting, or you only have to pay an extra 10% to use like the Altar of Champions to you know, call on or get some new champions. The non-member fee, I think I can drop it all the way down to 20%. I don't remember, which means somebody could still use my estate even if they are not on the estate or part of the guild, and it would cost them like you know 20% extra to essentially use ours. Now I'm gonna need all the people who are with me helping us out, because you can go to the castle and you can go ahead and you can like deposit in here like items that we'll need to upgrade the altar. And then we'll be able to like upgrade the altar. Now the reason you want to increase your altar level is essentially for the summoning chance. We're going to be able to increase these numbers a little bit. You can see for the legendary, you got about a 0.25% chance of pulling a legendary. You can see that percents there. And your champion is 100% on the premium pulls, okay? So that's the big difference between the premium and normal. Is premium, you will actually get a champion that you can play. On the normal side, of course, it's a lot cheaper. But for this, you only have a 10% chance of pulling a champion period, and then your legendary chance is even lower, 0.02%. So first you got to get lucky enough to pull a champion for a 1 out of 10, and then get super lucky to get the legendary. So of course the premium is a little better. However, you do get to pull Soulstones from here. So if you're trying to just pull Soulstones for champions, this is basically, you're going to get a 90% chance of that. So the premium is definitely going to be the way to go. Here, you know, you can go ahead and promote any of your characters if you have enough of those Soulstones to do that. Minting, this is when you have the minting scrolls. You're going to be able to go ahead and like select your guy, and you're going to go ahead and use. So this girl, she's an epic. She's going to cost 11 minting scrolls to mint into an NFT. The reason that matters is because that kind of gets into the earning, and when we're discussing the earning stuff. Some of the exchange stuff, you can dismantle them into Soulstones, all kinds of good stuff like that. Your trade market, this is where you can actually sell your items, or Soulstones, let's say, for, you know, gems. Inside of here, miscellaneous stuff, chests, if you don't want to like use them and you have them in your in your inventory. This is where you can actually sell all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Some of the calculations here, some of the history of all that stuff. I believe they're going to have a smithy. They're going to have a notice board in here where the guild is going to have like missions, which is going to be really cool. Because like in Dragon Strike and stuff, the guild, if they work really hard and get like #1 as a guild in an event, you can get some really cool stuff. So I expect some like, you know, minting scrolls and stuff like that. So let's jump into a little bit of just the earning real quick. You go to challenge here. And in challenge, you have arena. This is where all of your victory points, which is what's turned into Gala at the end of the day, is going to come from. So, of course, you choose your team, and then you can go ahead and start matching, and it'll look for somebody for you to play. Now, this is where the, basically, depending on what map you're on, or what time of day, or whatever, however they choose. So right now, the condition is moon. So for certain champions, it's going to be bad or really bad having moon status versus a star versus a sun status. And you can see that right away with your champions. So a little green up, you know, little red down, little double red down. And that affects your champions. So the reason this is important is because in arena, as they change this from day to day or time to time, you're going to actually want to have a different grouping of champions. Because your #1 thing is you want to win, period, right? And when you win, you get Lapis, and you can win Lapis. And we'll go ahead and go back to challenge here, go to the arena, and we'll go ahead and look at just some of the rewards you can get and stuff. But right now, I'm bronze tier, which is like the lowest, so I would get 10 Lapis if I win. If you lose, you still get 1, so you still get 1. And then you have a daily limit, so you can, you know, get a total of 30 for the day. So you can't just grind this out and get 1,000,000 Lapis. Now the rewards. This is where the rewards come in, so pay attention. If you are like #1 for like the ranking for the season or the time frame, let's see, season ends in 22 hours. So I don't actually know how long the season is, but if you're #1 when it ends, maybe it's for a week, you get 11,000 gems, you get 3 minting scrolls. Okay, we'll talk about the minting scrolls here in a minute. But with the minting scrolls, you can actually make your champions into NFT champions, which are then earnable. They can earn. The earnings, basically all 15% of what is like purchased or bought in game will go back into reward pools for people to compete for. And you can see, even if you're like, you know, the top 200, you're still going to get a minting scroll, which is pretty cool, and some gems, as well as some like equipment boxes, or some boxes from equipment. So that's super like gonna make it really passionate on like fighting for those like top ranks. It's gonna be real interesting to see like how everything unfolds, and just kind of the different techniques, because I know for a fact, especially the Koreans, they're so good at finding the meta, right? I mean, look at League of Legends. They're always finding like freaking awesome metas in that game. So now it looks like the season for the arena is about 12 days or so, and for the Tower of Trial about 9 days. Now the Tower of Trial, do not underestimate just how much you can earn and gain from this. The reason this is so important is because pretty much for every single floor up to the 50th floor, you can gain 600 mileage every time you complete a trial or a floor. And then this is where you're going to be getting a lot of your equipment, and then your stones to upgrade that equipment, as well as some gold. So super important. Do not overlook the Tower of Trial. With it, you can have these basically things that you need to do. So for like the very first one, you just need 1 striker in your team to unlock the trial, so that you don't get this whole you know, dodge rate decrease for your folks. So of course it's going to show right here whether you've completed it or not. And what I mean by complete is I put Sophie in here, who's a striker, and now this is check marked, and I do not have to worry about having my, you know, players have a dodge rate decreased or whatever for my allies. Also, when you throw this all on here, you can see right here what your kind of strength is, and so obviously we should be able to beat them very easily and move on to the next level, as well as having the sun, star, or moon properties in this as you kind of progress through all the levels. So be sure you are maximizing this and getting as many coins and benefits as you can. As you get all the way to the very top, the 50th floor, some of these chests are going to be legendary chests, so you're going to be able to get some really excellent equipment, essentially, if you are strong enough, of course, to get up there. You're gonna have to build up your teams to be able to have the strength to really get up to those higher levels. Now, of course, if you spend some money in game, it's going to help you along a little faster. The battle pass for sure is, in my opinion, worth it. All the things that you get as you kind of, rank up and level up in the battle pass. One of the big things is, getting some of the free summons. These are what these books are, where you can summon from the altar. And then at level 40, you actually get an epic champion, Selena, and she is awesome, has this cool rifle. So she's a pretty incredible champion to get with the season pass as you rank all the way up. And then of course you get all these Soulstones for her, so you're even able to promote her even further. So that's pretty cool. I really like the battle pass and what they got going on over here. Now, talking about earnings and the minting scrolls, okay, because we discussed that you can actually earn some of those minting scrolls. This is how many minting scrolls it takes to get a legendary, an epic, a rare, an uncommon, a common. So my point is, like, you know, if you're getting higher ranks in the arena and you're stacking up some of these scrolls, you will be able to at one point use those scrolls to either mint like a rare champion you have, or an epic champion, or a legendary. The reason that matters is because, like I said, arena is where you're going to be able to earn some gala. The base victory points for winning an arena match is 10 victory points, and that gets multiplied against your NFT champions. So right here, your NFT multiplier, common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. Do not get confused. If you like upgrade a common guy into, like, you know, like a 5-star, 6-star, like super strong champion, he's still only getting this multiplier, okay? So, you know, a base legendary is still going to be earning way, 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 way more than a common on a multiplier aspect. Now, the other thing that is super, I love, is they have obviously put in basically a tier system. So if you are a champion ranking, you get 30 times. So that is, what is that, 300 victory points just for being champion. And then if that get multiplied by a legendary and an epic and a rare NFT you have, those all stack, okay? So if you have 4 NFTs, they all stack into the point. So if you have 4 rare NFTs, like or I pulled, you know, for my boxes, you're gonna get a 0.8 multiplier to everything. And then if you're like, you know, silver right here, then you'll get another 0.8 multiplier. So you'll earn whatever that is for victory points for each arena match. So at the end of the day, whatever was kind of like used during the day for gala, pay, fiat, all that stuff, it's going to be distributed to the people who have the victory points. It's going to be a daily thing. So I can't wait to see kind of how this works. There's a lot of faucets in here, you know, wanting to purchase like estate NFTs, Nexus NFTs, and that's because with these Nexus NFTs, you can rent out your champions. Now, let's be really clear about how your Nexus works and functions, okay? And you can actually upgrade your Nexus all the way up to a level 20. It's going to cost gems. It's going to cost 40,000 total gems to level up your Nexus all the way. What that does is essentially lets you able to rent out more champions. And so, you know, the first just couple levels of your Nexus, you can rent out 4, okay? And then what it's going to do is as you basically level it up, you're going to increase your percent of the victory points that you're able to get. Initially, it starts out at 20-20 between the Nexus owner and the NFT owner, and another 20% to the player. The player is always going to be able to get 20%, whoever's renting your champion. But for you as the Nexus owner, you can rent out as many champions as you want. However, if you are a player, they have been clear you can only rent 1 champion. 1. The other 3 are going to have to be your own champions for your own team. So you can rent out that 1 NFT champion from somebody with a Nexus and renting out an NFT, and then you're going to have to make sure that your other 3 are at least just, you know, champions that you've grinded and that are free to play. They don't have to be NFT, and then that's how that's going to work essentially. So much to cover in that video. Definitely be on the lookout for more videos about Champions Arena. This game is beautiful. It's going to pop off, and as always, stay warm, Wookiees.